If you're new here, my name is Kale, I'm a surfer and a filmmaker, and here you'll find all sorts of epic surf content like tutorials to help you surf better, important reviews and more, so subscribe down below and join me on Instagram at KalesBroccoli. Welcome back. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded, and today I want to address an important issue. I've set up a timeline here. I want to talk over it. It's weight distribution. This is a highly requested topic, but it's something I've avoided talking about because often it is a byproduct of some more fundamental techniques. Good weight distribution is a byproduct of looking and pointing to where you want to go on a wave and having good wave knowledge. Now, I've finally taken some time to sit with it and I guess contemplate a cohesive sort of soliloquy on weight distribution that I want to share with you guys today. And keep an eye out, there's some really important fundamental factors here that are going to be excellent for your surfing, so stay tuned. Surfing relies on the feet, no doubt about it, but you mightn't know that the feet pretty much stay in the same position all the time, regardless of the surfing you're doing. They sit about shoulder width apart at a slight outward angle, and this doesn't really change. The only exception here is if you are longboarding, where shuffling up and down the board is necessary, or when you start moving into advanced rotational maneuvers like this. Now, although the feet position rarely change in surfing, what does change is how much weight is distributed across the three planes of movement: side to side tilt, forward and back leaning, and up and down compression. Let's start with front to back leaning, moving from the back foot to front foot and vice versa. We'll start off with a back foot dominant turn. You can tell this is a back foot dominant turn by my body position here. Now this is a fast re-entry style maneuver, which requires a rapid expression of energy and change of direction. Generally speaking, the faster we need our board to change direction, the more back-footed the turn will be, because the back foot is over the fins. It's just like a rudder on a boat in terms of controlling the direction of the surfboard. Now, that expression of energy in this instance looks like a fast kick of the tail where the back foot exerts a strong downward pressure into the tail. This displaces the water and also loosens the fins out the back of the wave. But importantly, this downward pressure can't be maintained because I now need to get back down the wave to ride out of the turn. This is where we see my weight distribution even up a little bit and start to shift more towards the front foot in order to assist gravity in allowing me to fall back down the wave. And interestingly, I actually have to re-exert pressure on the back foot on the way down in order to avoid nosediving in this steep pocket. If we were to animate the front to back foot weight distribution, here's what it would look like. To be honest, this kind of turn is less common, at least for me, than something like this roundhouse cutback, which is much more evenly distributed in regards to weight. There is a lot going on though, as this turn requires good speed maintenance, compression, and toe to heel oscillation. Notice one of the most important parts of the maneuver here, where I extend off the back foot into an even weighted moment in order to begin the turn further away from the whitewater, allowing enough space to complete the big change of direction. Animated, this is how the turn then works. As a rule to think about here, the steeper the wave, the steeper and more radical change of direction is required in your maneuver, and thus the more back foot dominant that maneuver will be. The fatter the wave, the more evenly distributed the weight will be. Now, don't feel too overwhelmed just yet, because I will give you some really helpful tips in a moment to assist you in making all this stuff pretty unconscious. Obviously, the other big factor that we need to talk about, the other plane of movement, is this oscillation between the toes and the heels. This is also really important in getting us to where we want to go on a wave. The tilting mechanism in surfing is really important to engage the surfboard's rail in order to create changes of direction on the wave. Without adequate rail engagement, turns will lose that radical element and their aesthetics as well. It's a fine balance between tilting enough to force a change in direction and tilting too much that you fall over. So let's explore it visually using this roundhouse cutback again. Toe to heel side and back and forth for some speed flow, followed by a more drawn out toe to heel side oscillation with the weight really cranking into the heels for the meaty part of the turn, followed by a drastic shift back to the toe side on the rebound. I was teaching a live workshop the other day of the Ultimate Surfskate program, the online course, which you guys are loving. Thank you so much. So I do these Smooth Star surf skate clinics in person. And I was talking about weight distribution and where things should be because it's a question that comes up a lot. Now, previously I would have just said, where you look and point is where you go. Now, what I noticed, and this is the first time I've really noticed this, is that the arms, in a big way, not only help balance the body out, but they also signal to a very large extent the weight distribution that is occurring in the feet and the lower body. Check it out. I want you to pay close attention to the leading hand on this wave because it signals and dictates, which is important, which side the weight is tilting towards, the heel or toe. Notice how the hand actually precedes the weight shift here, which makes it the most important thing for us to remember while surfing. It's pretty cool, right? Now, something else which I have never heard anyone talk about before is how important the trailing arm is as well. Previously, we thought it was kind of an inert part of the body during surfing, but actually, it's not. Watch how it very closely mirrors the forward to back weight distribution of the lower and upper body. The arm coming forward and down during forward weight pressure, and the arm rising up and back during back foot pressure. This hula-like movement is something I teach in the Ultimate Surfskate program, and it's really only now that I recognise its drastic importance. This stance here carries immense significance in determining how well you can move on a wave. To give you a very tangible outcome when it comes to the timing, the optimization of this weight distribution, I want to show you this wave here. The difference between this being a one-turn wave and a two-turn wave is this tiny moment right here, where after the cutback, I actually go back into a compression quite rapidly to hold onto and harness that final remaining zip of speed that's available on the face of that wave. If I had have exited that turn with straight legs, there's no way I would have been able to drive enough momentum into that second turn. And again, if we come back to it, what looks good as a surfer? What looks good when someone's on a wave? What differentiates an intermediate from an advanced surfer? It's how they retain, manage and spend their speed. And if we can do that with fluidity, we can do it with flow, and we can do it with great timing, then I think it's really going to have a positive impact on the aesthetics of our surfing. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We are finally moving towards a point where we're going to have regular videos on a set schedule. It's been a long time coming, but it's been something very difficult to achieve, especially for me this year. I've been so busy with so many different things. Now I'm finally moving towards a slower pace. My incredible patrons who have joined Patreon and everyone who's signed up to the Ultimate Surfskate program or the Ultimate Surfboard Buying Guide, you guys have all put me in a position where I've been able to hire an editor finally to actually help out with this stuff. So we're actually going to try and get ahead and maybe bulk shoot some tutorials and stuff, and then integrate some van life stuff / vlog surfing lifestyle stuff as well. It's going to be a beautiful creative next 12 months, and I can't wait to share it with you. If you want to stick along for the ride, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can join me on Instagram as well at KalesBroccoli. For anything else that I've talked about, check out the link in the description below. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys soon.